what up, YouTube? It's your brother YT. Wake 'em up, back at it again with another video. This one, according to the new updates, you can't buy junk food no more if you get SNAP EBT, man. They acting like they care about your health all of a sudden now. They care about people's health. The U.S. government caring about health is crazy, ain't it? Family, you already know what they're doing. If you're brand new too, thumbs up this video so YouTube can push this content out. Smash subscribe to join the tribe and ring the post notification bell as well. All right, let's get into it.
Tasty treats are often linked to certain chronic illnesses like heart disease, number of different cancers. But President Trump's new U.S. Secretary of Health, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who Dr. Stroman and I were just talking about, and Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins, they want to change that, starting with government programs like SNAP.
Today, they just confirmed that they are now signing off on all EBT to remove junk food and sugar drinks. Anything that has sweetness to it, you will not be able to buy with EBT anymore after this week, because they are now signing and waiving all SNAP EBT with people that has it. And they also are removing at least $200 off your EBT card. Depending on how much you make, they're going to take amount off. So you won't be able to get like your full amount anymore due to them taking away all junk food and drinks. So you're only going to be able to get like meats and vegetables and all healthy products. Like, you're not going to be able to get anything that's sweet, such as candy, chips, Kool-Aid, none of that anymore after this week of them signing off. They say it's 1 million people that they're going to be writing off.
1 million people. Sheesh. Listen, these junk food companies are about to see a reduction in profits. A lot of this money was coming from the SNAP EBT holders, those that held those cards, those that get benefits, right? And these are the people that go out and they buy anything. They don't check the cost because they don't have to, right? Where so somebody else that's not on SNAP or EBT, you know, you kind of be like, I don't know if I really want to pay $4 for this box of junk food or $6 for this bag of chips, you know? You'll be a little more cautious. But the EBT swipers, you know, they don't really care. Now, don't be surprised if we see some of these companies go out of business.
So you mean to tell me that y'all not going to be able to buy snacks with EBT anymore? Shit, in this day and age, I'm surprised anybody is even able to qualify for food stamps, because, baby, they been telling me I made too much money. And in my eyes, I don't make enough. They was like, we can't buy anything that's sweet, including juices and snacks. But being for real, like when I used to get food stamps, all I got was my meats, baby. A pack of chicken is $14 a pack. Pork chop, $13 a pack. Hamburger meat, $13 a pack. Like, I'm finna get my meats out the way, and we'll worry about the snacks at a later time. And shit, even if I got most of my meats out the way, I'm finna get my side dishes. I'm finna get my fruits and vegetables. Like, I'm finna get everything that matters. So, to be honest, I ain't even mad that they finna take the ability to buy snacks with food stamps, because you can buy that with cash, baby. Y'all need the food. But anyway, how y'all feel about it? And then they also said they're going to be decreasing everybody's food stamps by $200. To be honest, they don't want us to have it anyway.
So you telling me I'm not going to be able to go to the bodega and buy my sour powers no more? You mean to tell me I can't buy Takis? With my mother loving food stamps? I'm appalled. I'm hurt. Cheat on me, but don't fucking take my food stamps and tell me I can't buy candy with my food stamps. Because who the fuck is you to tell me I can't buy candy with my food stamps? I don't know, like, global warming is one thing, I don't care about it. But when you do shit like this, just take my heart and rip it out, why don't you? Nah, I'm gonna buy whatever the fuck I want with my food stamps.
So now people that receive EBT and food stamps are not going to be allowed to buy junk food with EBT or food stamps? I seen something that stated that the Trump administration was stopping people who receive EBT or food stamps to stop buying any junk food or high processed food items with their EBT and food stamps. And if they are going to put this rule in place, they just need to decrease the price of healthy foods, okay? Because healthy foods are so high. That's why people shop and buy things that they can afford, aka junk food and high processed foods, because they are trying to make their food stamps benefits stretch the whole month. So towards the end of the month, the kids might be eating oodles and noodles or TV dinners or whatever else or sandwiches with chips, because guess what? Or hot dogs and burgers, because guess what? It is just high. Stuff is high. So you're trying to stretch your food stamps towards the end of the month to make them last. Because anybody who have received food stamps before, which is me, I've received them before, know that those food stamps benefits does not last the whole month. And we all know that that bag of vegetables is $10 or the price of eggs at this point. Okay? It's like $12 for a carton of eggs. Listen, decrease the price of healthy foods so that people can actually afford to buy them.
She got a point. They do need to reduce the price of healthy eats, but are the people really going to want the healthy food items? Are the kids going to want to eat the healthy food items? That's a question. Some people act like they can't eat fruit or vegetables. They act like their body just can't digest it, you know? But I don't see that this is really bad when this food is a weapon. This junk food is a weapon. Sugar is like a addiction. That's like having that type of addiction. You know, that type, being a snorter, right? That's what it does to your body. It makes you addicted to the processed sugar. Yeah, there does need to be an alternative because people still gonna want something good to eat. They're gonna want a little treat.
So the state of Texas is banning the purchase of chips, soda, junk food, basically, with EBT. Mind you, the price for single ingredients for one meal will run you anywhere from $60 to $80. $60 is being generous. So I don't see, one, why that was any of their business, and two, why would they do such a thing when inflation is at an all-time high right now? And what about those people who don't have access to a home that can, cook and stuff like that? Like, it just don't make sense to me, but hey, I guess we just gotta let them do what they do.
Don't be shocked. So Trump and his administration has passed a bill to where junk food can't be bought with EBT. And hey, don't get me wrong. I understand a lot of people do abuse it. That's understandable. Here is the thing. To eat healthy and organic is very expensive. So if you got a family that only get $500 and you want them to eat organic and healthy, they're not going to get a lot of food that lasts them throughout the month because the prices are so expensive. So if they're going to do that, I think they need to go after these companies that are charging an arm and a leg for organic or healthy food. Like, that's crazy. To be healthy, it costs so much. Even when we go to the store, a bottle of water, $4, $5 for a bottle of water. Water should be a bottle of water, like single bottle of water, should be like 50 cents because it's healthy. But then you can go outside of Walmart and get a can of soda for 50 cents. And then they wonder why Americans are big and Americans are unhealthy. And America's like, it's a lot of fat people over here compared to other countries, because other countries, food and produce are like damn near organic. It's like, you know what I'm saying, way fresher and healthier than our food. But I'm gonna mind my business on that.
I remember it was like this list, right? I don't want to call it a meme, but there was this post online that showed the ingredients in American-made products versus the ingredients in other countries like the UK. I think it might have been Australia. It was various different countries, right? Let's just put it like that. I don't want to name drop because I might have it wrong. But what I'm saying is America had the worst ingredients out of them all. A lot of our items have high fructose corn syrup. In other countries, that's considered a drug. You have to put a warning label on it like you would cigarettes, right? Even when I'm out the country, I see that as well. The food tastes better. It doesn't have all of the bad ingredients. It doesn't. They care about them more than they care about us. And yes, America is one of the most obese countries. It might not be the most obese, but it's one of the most. They laugh at us. Some countries laugh at us. Remember when they had the Super Size Me at like McDonald's and things like that? Supersize your fries. She ain't lying.
You will not be able to purchase sugary drinks and snacks with your EBT card anymore. As right now, there are certain states that already has banned it. So if it hasn't gotten to you yet, it is eventually coming. your cookies, your Skittles, anything that is sugary, anything that is not healthy, you will not be able to buy it with your EBT card. You could buy fruits. You could buy water. You can get sandwiches. You can get anything else. Cookies, drinks like soda, juice, Hershey's, Starburst. You're not going to buy it. Soon when you go to the store and you try to purchase your Starburst, your Skittles, your Jolly Ranchers, you will not be able to buy. And a lot of people don't know this yet. But you better wake up and realize that soon you will not be able to purchase anything with an EBT card except food stamps. It's going to only be strictly food. No snacks, no candy. You will have to have money coming out of your pocket in order for you to buy those candies, man. This is bad because a lot of people use their EBT to get these type of things. And it's going to be bad when you realize you go to the store and you swipe and you can't get these things no more. People may brush it off like, Trust me, there's going to be a time where you want it and you need it and you go to the store. Oh, sorry, you can't purchase it with EBT. This is going to affect people bad. Not to mention, they're removing certain EBT scammers. They got people scamming EBT in the stores. Cops and certain people are tracking down on these things. It's about to get serious now.
So RFK Jr. is putting out there that by the end of 2025, he wants a restriction on food stamps and what people can buy with their food stamps. Mainly junk food like soda, chips, and the like, okay? This is done, he says, in order to promote healthy living. You know, those things, in his opinion, should not be bought on the taxpayer dollar, right? And I agree with it to an extent. This has been a conversation with the Republican Party for decades, since my state had Governor Tommy Thompson. And he was real big on ending welfare, ending food stamps, things of that nature, all right? So I agree with it in one aspect, which is, we want to promote a healthy lifestyle, right? The big disagreement, though, is that there are food deserts in places where the socioeconomic status is very low and very below poverty level. In case you don't know what a food desert is, it is a neighborhood, a residential neighborhood, may have one or two schools within that residential neighborhood, and the only store close to a grocery store within walking distance, within 5-10 miles, if you want to talk about people just walking to the grocery store, would be corner stores or bodegas, depending on where you live. And those corner stores, they try to carry, little half dozen of eggs, bacon, and they charge well over market value for these things. My point in saying all of this is, if you live in one of these neighborhoods, right, and the nearest actual grocery store is beyond 10 miles, and you don't have a vehicle or access to reliable transportation, it's going to be very difficult, very difficult. And a lot of people who are tax-paying citizens who don't receive this benefit are under the notion that people are just simply buying whatever because they have free money or whatever. A lot of people are surviving off of food deserts because they live in a food desert. And the only option they have is the corner store. Now, along with the corner store, some corner stores and bodegas, they can sell lunch meat, they sell, various meats, things of that nature. Not the best quality, but they sell it, okay? You can get meat deals, things of that nature, but they're also a corner store. So they're going to have the very basic things, convenience store things. So I wish he would have been able to talk to a broad range of people. Not to say he would listen, but my big concern would be the recipients of this resource who live in food deserts or who do not have access to reliable transportation to get to an Aldi's. And that might be simple for a lot of y'all, but it's not simple for everybody. They may not be able to get to a Save-A-Lot or a Piggly Wiggly or a Publix. I just remember when I was living in Florida and the nearest Walmart was, you could not walk. You could not walk to that Walmart. The nearest Publix was, I want to say, when we walked, it was like a mile. But it literally was like, I want to say 4 or 5 country blocks. And if you know the difference between city blocks and country blocks, so I think about people who live in those residential areas who are not going to have access to healthy foods as an option in the way that this man is thinking. But I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Like, share, comment. Let me know. Is this the move? I don't think it is. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think it is, considering everybody, all recipients, okay? But again, this was something that was discussed, has been on the table for a long time, and it just took a certain president to push it forward. What do you guys think? Okay, all right, bye.
How do you feel? Are you on EBT, and do you hate to hear this bad news right here? You can no longer buy junk food with food stamps. Yeah, this has been on the chopping block for a little minute now. I remember even when I was a kid, they tried to do a little thing in the schools to where they said they would not be having unhealthy food in the vending machines. That was when Obama was in there. Michelle, she tried to do that. And even us back then, we was like, no, we want our junk food, no. We was sick about it. Let me know what y'all think about this video. Drop it below. I appreciate you. Peace. And to my Hebrew family, shalom. I'll catch y'all on the next one.